Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Agudath Israel Etz Ahayem Synagogue here in Montgomery, Alabama. I am Rabbi Scott Kramer. I hope everyone has had a peaceful week, or if you had a busy week, I hope this Shabbat Shalom. Oops. Welcome to. Sorry. Forgot to turn one thing off. Okay, now we're set. Anyway, welcome. We are praying tonight out of Siddur Lev Shalem. Let's see if my computer is going to calm down. It is, and we will begin tonight's service on page 5 with Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim Kadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu, baruch hu ni leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon, mi melech malchei hamlachim kadosh baruch hu. Seitchem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon, mi melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. We continue with Psalm 95, page 11. Lechu ner hanena, lechu ner hanena, lechu ner hanena l'Adonai, lechu ner hanena, lechu ner hanena, lechu ner hanena l'Adonai. Nariya, nariya, l'tzor yishenu, nekadma fana betoda. Nariya, nariya, l'tzor yishenu, bizmirot nariya lo. Lechu ner hanena, lechu ner hanena, lechu ner hanena l'Adonai. Lechu ner hanena, lechu ner hanena, lechu ner hanena l'Adonai. Nariya, nariya, l'tzor yishenu, nekadma fana betoda. Nariya, nariya, l'tzor yishenu, bizmirot nariya lo. We continue in the English. Let us go and sing to Adonai. Let us trumpet praise to our protector. Filled with thanks, let us greet God, raising our voice in song. Great is Adonai, a greater sovereign than all other deities. God's hands formed the earth's deep. Mountain crests too are God's work. The sea is God's, for God made it. Dry land was fashioned by God's hands. Come then, let us bow and kneel. Let us bend our knees in the presence of Adonai who formed us. For Adonai is our God, and we are God's flock, sheep in God's caring hands. If only you would listen today to God's voice and not become hard-hearted like the people at Merivah, like that time at Massah in the desert, when your ancestors tried me and tested me, though they had seen what I had wrought. For 40 years I was troubled by that generation, and I said, these are a people whose hearts have gone astray. They do not know my ways, so in anger I swore they would not enter my rest. Arba'im shanakut bedor va'omar amtoe lehevavhem v'hem lo yad derachai asher nishpati v'yapi im yavaon el menuchati. Page 13, Psalm 96. Ashiru ladonai shir chadash Shiru ladonai kol haaretz, Shiru ladonai baruch shemo, Fasru meyom leyom Yeshuato, Sapru vagoyim kivodo, Bechol amim nifliotav, Ki gadol Adonai, O mehulal miyod, no rahu, Alko Elohim, lai, Kiko Elohe ha'amim elilim, V'Adonai shamayim asa, Hod v'hadar lefanav, Oz v'tiferet b'mikdasho, Havu l'Adonai mishpachot amim, Havu l'Adonai kavod v'oz, Havu l'Adonai kivod shemo, Seu mincha, Uvahu l'chatzro, Dolaila, Shtachavu l'Adonai, Behadrat Kodesh, Kchilu mipanav kol haaretz, Imrum vagoyim, Adonai malach, Haftikum tevel balatimot, Yadina min b'meisharim, Yismechu hashamayim v'tagel haaretz, Hayiram mayamu melo, Yalo sadai, V'chol asher bo lai, Az yiranenu kol hatziyar, Lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz, Yishpot tevel b'tzedek, V'yamin b'emunato, Yalai, Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la. We continue page 15, Psalm 97. 1 second. Page 15, Psalm 97, sorry. Adonai reigns, let the earth be glad, the many distant lands rejoice. Clouds and thick darkness surround the divine. Righteousness and justice secure God's throne. Fire goes before God, consuming besiegers round about. Flashes of lightning illumine the land. The earth watches and trembles. Mountains melt like wax at the approach of Adonai, at the approach of the Master of all the earth. The heavens tell of God's righteousness, and all the nations see God's glory. Worshippers of idols be shamed for praising false gods. All that is deemed supreme bow before God. Zion hears of it and rejoices. The cities of Judah exult as you, Adonai, pass judgment. You, Adonai, are above all that is earthly, exalted over all that is worshipped as divine. Those who love Adonai hate evil. God protects the lives of the faithful, saving them from the hands of the sinful. Light is sown for the righteous, and joy for the upright. Rejoice in Adonai, you righteous people, and thank God as you pronounce the divine holy name. Or zaru la tzadik ul Yisrael ev simcha, simchu tzadikim b'Adonai, v'hodu lezecher kadesho. Page 17, Psalm 98. Mizmor shiru ladonai shir chadash, ki niflot asa hoshia lo yemino. Uzaroa kochoadia Adonai Yeshuato Leina goyim gilad sid kato Zachar chasto ve'emunato Levei Yisrael Ra'u cholav se'aretz et Yeshuat Eloheinu, Oriu Ladonai kol haaretz, Pitzchum veranenu v'zameru, Zamru Ladonai bechinar v'kol zimara, Bechatzot rod v'kol shofar, Horiu lifnei HaMelech Adonai, Yiramaya Mumaloho, Tevel v'yoshveva, Neharot Yimcha uchaf, Yachad harim yiranenu, Lifnei Adonai kivo, Lishbot haaretz, Yishbot tevel b'tzedek, V'yamim b'meisharim, Yalai, Yalai, la 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 la, Yalai, la 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 la, Yalai, la 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 la, Yalai, la 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 la, Yalai, la 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 la, Yalai, la 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 la, Yalai, la 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 la, We continue on page 19 with Psalm 99. Adonai reigns, nations tremble. The one enthroned amidst the cherubim makes the world quake. Adonai is great in Zion above all nations. They shall acknowledge your name, saying, Great, all-inspiring, Holy One. A sovereign strength lies in the love of justice, and you forge the paths of truth, judging Jacob righteously and justly. Exalt Adonai, our God. Bow down before God, the Holy One. Moses and Aaron among God's priests, and Samuel among those who called upon the divine name, called to you, and you answered them. You spoke to them from amidst the cloud. They kept your covenant and the law you gave them. You answered them, Adonai, our God. You are a forgiving God to them, even as you punish them for their transgressions. Exalt Adonai, our God, and bow down at God's holy mountain, for Adonai, our God, is holy. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu la'ar kadosho, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, page 21. We rise for Psalm 29. Mizmor leDavid, havu ladonai b'nei Elim, havu ladonai kavod vos, havu ladonai kavod shemo, ishtachavu ladonai behadrat kodesh, kol Adonai al hamayim, el hakavod hirim Adonai omayim rabim. Kol Adonai ba'koach, Kol Adonai be'adar, Kol Adonai shover arazim, Vaishaber Adonai et alzei halvanon, Vayarkidem kemo egel, Livanon v'sirion kemo venreimim, Kol Adonai chotzev lavotesh, Kol Adonai yachil midbar, Yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, Kol Adonai yecholel ayalot, Vayechesop yaharot, Uvehechalo kulo merkavod, Adonai lamabul yashav, Yeshev Adonai melech leolam, Adonai oz le'amo yiten, Adonai yivarech et amo v'sholom. You may be seated. We continue with Lechadodi, page 23. Lechadodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nikabila. Lechadodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nikabila. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmianu elam yuchad, Adonai echad u'shamahu echad, L'shemo tiferet v'liti lalecha, Dodi lekrat kala p'nei Shabbat nikabila, Lekrat Shabbat lechu v'nilcha, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם ניסוחה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה, מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה, קומי צאי מתוך ההפכה, רב לך שבט בימי קבחה, והוא יחמו עלייך חמלה לך, דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה, התנערי מעפר קומי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי, היד בן ישי בית הלחמי, קרבה אל נפשי גאלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה, התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורי קומי אורי, אורי אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה, לא תבושי ולא תקמי, מה תשתוכחי ומה תהמי בך, יחסו אני עמי ונבנתה עיר, אל תלך, לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה, והיו למשיסה שעשייך ורחקו מהבלייך, יסיס עלייך אלוהייך, כי ימחץ חתנה על כלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה, ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תריצי, היד איש בן פרצי ונשמחה ונגילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. Sorry, I was giving directions. To Joel, we're using Sidor Lev Shalem. We rise as we face towards the entrance, towards the west, to greet the Shabbat bride. Boi v'shalom materet bala gam besimcha uvetzala tochem munei am segulam boi chala lecha dodi lekrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabila. You may be seated. We continue on page 27. Joel? Oh. With Psalm 92. A psalm, the song of the day of Shabbat. It is good to thank you, Adonai, and sing to your name most high, to proclaim your love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night. Finger the lute, pluck the harp, let the sound of the lyre rise up. You gladden me with your deeds, Adonai, and I shall sing of your handiwork. How wonderful are your works, Adonai, how subtle your designs. The arrogant do not understand. The fool does not comprehend this. The wicked flourish like grass, and every evildoer blossoms only to be destroyed forever. But you, Adonai, are exalted for all time. Surely your enemies, Adonai, surely your enemies will perish. All who commit evil will be scattered. As a wild bull raises up its horn, you raised my head high, anointed it with fresh oil. As my enemies gather against me, my gaze remains steady, for my ears listen and hear. The righteous flourish like the date palm, thrive like a cedar in Lebanon. Planted in the house of Adonai, they flourish in our God's courtyards. In old age they remain fruitful, still fresh and bountiful, proclaiming Adonai is upright, my rock, in whom there is no flaw. Tzadik Tamar Yifrach Ki Erez Valvanon Yiske Shetulim Beveit Adonai Bechatzrot Eloheinu Yafrichu Od Yenuvun Beseva Deshenim Verananim Yeyu Le'agid Ki Yashar Adonai Tzuri V'lo Avlatabo, page 29, Psalm 93. Adonai is sovereign, robed in splendor, girded in strength. The earth stands firm, not to be dislodged. From earliest time you were enthroned, you are eternal. The rivers rise up, Adonai. The rivers raise up their roar. The rivers raise up their waves. Above the roar of the vast sea and the majestic breakers of the ocean, Adonai stands supreme in the heavens. In your house, beautiful in its holiness, your testimonies endure, Adonai, for all time. Again, Shabbat Shalom, welcome to everyone. For those that are here for the first time online, keep in mind that we have 3 different platforms. Not only are we on our webpage, aieamontgomery.org, but we are also on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. If you want a different experience, you might want to join us on Facebook Live and just type in Agudath Israel Etz Ahayem and you will find us. Also on YouTube Live. A lot of people like YouTube Live because they can put it up on their big 65-inch screen. And I think with Facebook Live, I think people are able to type in chat a little bit easier too. But whatever it is you would like to do, it's fine. We have a question? Wait a minute. I guess this is the Prime Minister's Q&A period? Yes. Rafi, my grandson, just raised his hand to ask a question. And what is the relevant question for the moment? What did he say? Rafi says hello to Bubby. Nothing is more relevant than that. How about a Shabbat Shalom to Bubby? How about you, Daphne? What would you like to say to Bubby? And Daphne also says hello. And that's right. I've had 2 of my grandchildren are saying hello to Bubby. Let's see if she sends a word back. Not yet. We have been a 45-second delay, so we'll see that. Okay, so I am literally on vacation time. We haven't had a vacation, I don't think, since the last winter. And I got to spend, ouch, something just, ouch, that hurt my hand. I get to spend a wonderful, no, we're not yelling out now, okay? We're not that irreverent. Not yet, anyway. I got to spend a wonderful day in Huntsville with Joel and Rafi. And now we get to spend a wonderful Shabbat dinner with not only Joel and Rafi, but Adina, Will, and what is your name, young lady? Daphne, that's your name. So when I lived in Salt Lake about a gazillion years ago, my 2 children here would remember that I led a children's service. Are they nodding in agreement that they remember that? Oh, not so happy faces. Yeah, oh, that's, okay. And what was the big highlight of that service, guys? Do you remember? Cedricines. So there's a book called Cedricines written by Stan Biner. Actually, he has 2 books. And they're little plays based on the Torah portion. So tonight, I just thought, since my kids are here, we would just Shabbat Shalom to my grandchildren. Guess who that was from? Yeah, Bubby. So I'm going to have Joel and Adina join me on the bima. I'm going to switch the cam view so we can hear and see all 3 of us. And we're going to act out Cedricines for Korach. And they're so excited.
Oh, we're so excited.
So, yeah, that's fine. Here's Korach. Here I am going to, okay, so we're going to give out parts. We've spent weeks in preparation for this, so I'm going to give out parts right now. So I'm going to be announcer. Joel, you're going to be Moses. You want to be Korach or Aaron?
I'll be Aaron.
You don't want to be the defiant one?
I guess it's Korach.
I want to be the
Okay.
defiant one.
No, you're not.
Never get to
So I'm going to be announcer and Aaron. Okay, and there's just bit roles. You're going to be Abiram, Datan.
Okay.
You're going to be man. You're going to be woman.
Okay.
Sorry. I'll be God just for this. And then there's a chieftain 1, 2, and 3. Chieftain 1, chieftain 2, chieftain 3. Okay. And we start with Korach. Who's Moses?
Okay. Well, Aaron, things are going fairly well right now. The quail are falling from the sky on schedule. The laws are at the printer, and we're out of Egypt. What could go wrong?
Moses, come out here, please.
I think that answers your question.
Peep through the tent to see who's out there.
It's Korach, Datan, and Aviram.
I think we can handle them. Anyone else?
Oh, about 250 other leaders are standing with them. How are we going to stand up to all those people?
It may be a friendly visit.
Was
Oh.
Who's the beer on?
Come out with your hands up, you cowards. Ha ha.
I'm Aaron. Something tells me we're not going to go fishing today.
Hey, Moses, you and your brother Aaron have gone too far. Everybody is holy and the Lord is in our midst, but you have raised yourselves above everyone else.
What have we done? Moses has set aside the whole tribe of Levi to be priests, and you are from Levi, and he set me and my family up as the high priests, which is only fair because I am his brother.
What's fair about that?
Stop bickering. Korach, you think that I've gone too far? Here's what we will do. We're going to have a contest, Aaron and I against you and your followers.
Moses, there are 250 people standing over there. You're getting carried away. Have you lost your senses? We each take on 125 guys, and whoever finishes first can help the other guy. Is that your plan?
Relax, Aaron. You're misjudging the situation.
250 people, leaders of the nation, want to overthrow us, and you want to challenge them to hand-to-hand combat? I understand the situation. The desert winds have dried your mind.
Korach, it is not us whom you challenge, but God. Therefore, let us be tested together.
I and my company accept the challenge.
Count us
Count
out.
us out.
Oh, each of us will take a fire pan and put fire in it along with incense. If God accepts one of the pans, that person will be considered a holy one chosen by God. He will the high priest. He will be the high
Actually,
priest.
he will the
Yeah.
high priest. Yes, okay. Moses, there's a lot of typos. Moses, will you please come inside the tent for a minute? What is wrong with you? You might be giving them the whole nation.
That's acceptable. I'll be there with my men at high noon.
Announcer. This is Asher ben Shapiro standing just outside the arena, where a classic confrontation between Moses and the rebels is about to begin. The crowd is gathering, and there seems to be a lot of support growing for Korach and the rebels.
Boo, Moses! Yay, Korach!
Aaron's no good.
Then the presence of the Lord appeared to the whole community.
Oh, Lord, it's a mess. Korach is challenging us for leadership of the people. He's working up all of Israel against me. All of Israel against me.
Stand back, I shall annihilate you. Them.
So the Lord destroy the good and the wicked?
Oh, I'm sorry. Just follow the instructions that I give you. Now Moses is telling the children of Israel to stand apart from Korach and his company. He just promised that something unusual would happen to them. He has scarcely finished talking, and the earth is beginning to split. Wow, it's one of those miracles you have to see to believe.
The ground is opening up. Let's get out of here.
The earth opened its mouth, and all of Korach's people and their possessions and their households were swallowed up. And so the Lord assigned the priesthood to Aaron and his sons, and he set off the tribe of Levi for service in the temple.
Aaron, hurry! Offer a sacrifice on behalf of the people. A plague has broken out, and thousands of people are dying.
I will. What shall we do with fire pans of Korach? These are holy. They can't be thrown away.
Beat the copper pans flat and line the altar with them.
Okay, Chieftain 1.
Okay. Moses wants my walking stick.
Chieftain 2.
Mine too. Can I borrow your knife?
What for?
To carve my name in the walking stick.
This is lunacy. What's he going to do with 12 walking sticks? One from every tribe's chieftain.
Play pickup sticks?
I think it's another test. He wants to make sure we know who's boss.
I know already. Do you see Korach go into the ground, whoosh, and gone?
You can do Chieftain 3.
He found out that being high priest is a grave undertaking.
And Moses took the walking sticks of Aaron and each tribe's chief, and he placed them in the tabernacle. The next day he brought them out of the tabernacle, and behold, Aaron's sticks sprouted, produced blossoms, and bore almonds. And Aaron and the Levites took charge of the sanctuary of the Lord. And that ends our thespian production.
That's really fun as adults.
Yeah,
I haven't done that.
I know. Good job.
Good job. Switch the cam back. We haven't done that since, what are you doing? Oh, it's a group hug. Thank you. Thank you. I just got accosted, and you're all witness to that. We haven't done that since our last Seder. We usually do Seder scenes at our Seder. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed that. I just wanted to do something fun and light because we're all in need of something fun and light in lieu of everything that's been happening in the last few weeks. With that, Shabbat Shalom. Ask everyone to please reopen your Siddur to page 39a. Please rise and join me in the Baruch Hu, the call to worship. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai Barach Le'olam Vaed. You may be seated. Baruch et Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's divisions, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai Tzvaot is your name, living and ever present. God, may your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch atah Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk. U'mahavir yom u'mevi laila, mavdil ben yom u'vei laila Adonai Tzvaot shemo. El chai v'kayom tamin yuloch aleinu lamvoed Baruch atah Adonai. Amari v'aravim, page 40. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael amchavta Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadta al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shachveinu v'kumeinu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha uv'mitzvotecha le'olam voed ki em chayenu v'orech yameinu uvahem nege yomam v'layla v'yavatcha tasim mimenu la'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'yahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha. V'hayu hadvarim ho'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinanatam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech v'shachpecha v'kumecha u'kshartam liot al yadecha v'hayu latotafot b'neinecha Uchtabtam nam zot beitecha uvisharecha v'haya im shamo tishma'u emetzada asher nochi. Vayomer Adonai Moshe lemor daber el bnei Yisrael v'yamarta lehem v'yasu lahem tzitzit al kanfei v'gnehem ladoratam v'natnu al tzitzit hakana b'tiol tachelet v'haya lachem letzitzit oritem oto uschartem et kol mitzvot Adonai v'asitem otam V'lo tatu acharei levavchem v'acharei nechem asher tem zonim achareihem leman dizgeru v'asitem net kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etachem me'eretz le'mitzrayim liot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Emet, page 43a. This is our enduring affirmation, binding on us that Adonai is our God and there is none other, and we, Israel, are God's people. God is our sovereign, redeeming us from earthly rulers, delivering us from the hand of all tyrants, bringing judgment upon our oppressors, and just retribution upon all our mortal enemies, performing wonders beyond understanding and marvels beyond all reckoning. God places us among the living, not allowing our steps to falter, and leads us past the false altars of our enemies, exalting us above all those who hate us. Adonai avenged us with the miracles before Pharaoh, offered signs and wonders in the land of Egypt. God brought Israel from its midst to lasting freedom and led them through divided waters of the Sea of Reeds. As their pursuers and enemies drowned in the depths, God's children beheld the power of the divine. They praised and acknowledged God's name. Page 44. U'malchuto b'ratzon ki b'leihem, Moshe u'vnei Yisrael neshira, b'simcha rabba v'yamachu chulam, mi chamocha bo'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedor b'kodesh, nora tehilot, o seifele. Malchutecha u'vnecha bo keyam lifnei Moshe, zeli anu v'yameru, Adonai yimloch leolam voed, v'ne'emar kifad Adonai et Yaakov, ugolod miad chazak mimenu, baruch et Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Page 45. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom. Ushmotzetenu vein l'chaim u'shalom yatav yolam, v'osalenu sukat shlomecha, baruch et Adonai, Apohet sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. We rise, page 46. Avishamru v'nei Yisrael et Shabbat la'asot et Shabbat l'doratam barit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et Shabbat la'asot et Shabbat l'doratam barit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et Shabbat la'asot et Shabbat l'doratam barit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et Shabbat la'asot et Shabbat l'doratam barit olam. Uvayom hashvi shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et Shabbat la'asot et Shabbat l'doratam barit olam. We turn to page 47 and we pray to ourselves the silent Friday night Amidah, pages 47 through 52. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Ki Atahu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom Ki Atahu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam V'tov be'enecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol eit uv'chol sha'a b'shlomecha Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Tasim Leolam Tasim Leolam. We rise as the ark is open for Aleinu, page 56. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol latet gedula liotzer bereshit shelo asan kagoye aratzot v'lo samanu kamishmachot adama shelo sam chelkenu kahem v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu Notei Shamayim v'Yosei Haaretz, U'Moshe v'Yikaro b'Shamayim Imao, U'Shchinat Zo, Begavei Meromim, U'Eloheinu Einod, Emet Mokeinu Evazulato, Kakatu B'Torato, V'yadata hayom v'hashevota elevavecha ki Adonai hu Elohim b'shamayim nimal v'yal haaretz mi tachat ein od al kein dikav lecha Adonai Eloheinu lirav mehech b'tifechet uzacha Gavim galulim min haaretz ha'elilim karat yikaretum latakin olam b'malchut Shaddai v'chol b'nei vasar yikru b'shmecha lahavno delecha kol yishrei haaretz yakira v'yedu kol yoshev tevel ki lecha tichra kol berech tishava kol lashon Lefanecha Adonai Eloheinu yichru v'yipolo v'lichvod shimcha yikar yitenu v'kablu chulam et ol machutecha timloch aleihem meher olam va'ed ki yom hachelcha iolameh ad timloch bechavod kakatu b'toretecha Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed v'ne'emar v'ay Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz Bayom Mahu Yiyeh Adonai Echad U'Shemo Echad. You may be seated. This coming week, we will observe yard sites for Albert Freeling, Tilly Goodman, Manuel Held, Solomon Rubin, Susanna Varon, Rose Ballman, Jeanette Russo, Eli Capeluto, Rachel Kapp, and Joseph Evaristo Martinez. Those observing yard sites and those who mourn, please rise, page 58, and join me for the Kaddish Tome, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shmei Rabbah, b'yomah divrach v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yamechon, v'chayedachol beit Yisrael, ba'agalav izman kari v'maru amen, yehi shmei rabba mevorach le'olam olmei maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitchomam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei d'kudisha barichu, le'lamin kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran b'yoma v'maru amen, yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'maru amen. O say shalom b'mramav, uyaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'maru amen. Please be seated. Thank you all, Shabbat Shalom, for joining me, for joining us for, let's see, where is my thing? Okay. All right, there it is. Okay, fine. Shabbat Shalom, welcome, and thank you for joining me for our celebration of Shabbat. We will continue tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. And of course, we will join together at the end of Shabbat for Havdalah on Zoom. If you would like to attend, did not get the link, please email me at ravmalki@gmail.com. That's ravmalki@gmail.com. Before I wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom and we'll sing Adon Olam, I'm going to have my two grandchildren come up and just say hello. Let's see if I can get them. I think they'll see you. Yeah. Come here. Yeah, Daphna is going to take the long way up. Come here, Rafi. And Rafi is now going to exit. And Daphna, come here.
Hello.
Okay. Can you see you guys on the screen? Okay, they can see you, Daphne. You don't need to jump. So
Hello.
This is Rafi and Daphna.
It's me.
And I'm going to have them go ahead and sit down. Take the long route if you like. Oh, that was so much fun. Oh, Daphna. Okay, they have disappeared, and we're going to go ahead and sing. Of course, they didn't hear that crashing of the gates. Page 211, Adon Olam. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yetzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa, V'chefso Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, V'yachare Kichlotako, Levado Yimloch Nara Adon Olam, V'hu Aya, V'hu Oveh, V'huye b'tifara Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yetzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa, V'chefso Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, V'hu Echad V'yein Sheni, Laham Shelo Lahachbira Adon Olam, Beli Reshit, Beli Tachlit, V'lo od v'hamisra Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yetzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa, V'chefso Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, V'hu Eli, V'chai Goali, V'tzorchev li b'yetzara Adon Olam, V'hu Nisi, Umanosli, Minat kosi biyom mikra Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yetzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa, V'chefso Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, Biyado Afkid Ruchi, B'yeti Shan V'yayra Adon Olam, V'yimaruchi Kiviyati, Adon Oli V'lo Ira Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yetzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa, v'chefso kol ho, azay melech shemo nikra adon olam. Before I wish you a Shabbat Shalom, Irene asked that I don't forget to mention the honey fundraiser. Information on the Agudath Israel Etz Ahayem website. It is there that you can get information on ordering the honey, and dare I say it, for the high holidays, which are late this year, thank goodness, end of September. So with that, I wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom. Have as happy a 4th as you can have on Monday. Is it Monday? Monday, thank you. Shabbat Shalom.